Question 1. Coverage components. Which of the following is true about personal property coverage under standard homeowners policy? A. Personal property coverage typically uses replacement cost valuation, which reimburses the policyholder for the full cost of replacing damaged or lost items without deduction for depreciation. B. Personal property coverage under standard homeowners policy is limited to a percentage of the dwelling coverage and does not provide coverage for high-value items such as jewelry or art unless specifically scheduled. C. Personal property coverage provides replacement cost valuation for all items, regardless of whether they are located within or outside the insured property. D. Personal property coverage under a standard homeowners policy includes coverage for all items within a rental property, but excludes personal items located in an off-site storage unit. Answer. B. Explanation. Personal property coverage under standard homeowners policy typically covers personal belongings, but has limitations on high-value items such as jewelry, art, and collectibles unless they are specifically scheduled. The standard policy usually provides coverage for personal property at actual cash value (SEV), which means depreciation is deducted, for replacement cost valuation, which does not account for depreciation. Additional endorsements or a different type of policy like HO5 might be necessary. Question 2. Policy provisions and endorsements. What is a primary difference between the HO2 broad form and HO3 special form homeowners policies? A. HO2 provides broad coverage against named perils, whereas HO3 provides open peril coverage on the dwelling but named peril coverage for personal property. B. HO2 and HO3 policies both provide coverage for open perils on both dwelling and personal property but differ in the exclusions. C. HO2 provides open peril coverage for both dwelling and personal property, while HO3 only covers personal property against named perils. D. HO2 provides named peril coverage for the dwelling and open peril coverage for personal property, whereas HO3 provides open peril coverage for both. Answer and explanation. The HO2 broad form homeowners policy provides coverage for a list of named perils, meaning only the perils specifically listed in the policy are covered. In contrast, the HO3 special form provides open peril coverage for the dwelling, meaning it covers all risks except those specifically excluded, while personal property is covered on a named peril basis. This makes HO3 generally more comprehensive for dwelling coverage compared to HO2. Question 3. Scenario-based question. Scenario. Maria recently purchased a home in California and has a standard homeowners insurance policy. She noticed that her home was equipped with a new alarm system and fire sprinklers. Maria is considering whether she should update her insurance policy due to these changes. What should Maria do to ensure her policy accurately reflects her new home improvements and to possibly benefit from reduced premiums? A. Maria should contact her insurance provider to update her policy to include endorsements for the new alarm system and fire sprinklers, as these improvements could reduce her risk and potentially lower her premium. B. Maria does not need to update her policy, as her standard homeowners policy automatically includes coverage for any home improvements made after the policy is issued. C. Maria should let her insurance provider know about the improvements, but she is only required to update the policy if she installs a security system from an approved list provided by the insurer. D. Maria should wait until her next policy renewal to make any updates about her home improvements, as changes to the policy can only be made during renewal periods. Answer A. Explanation. Maria should contact her insurance provider to update her policy because home improvements such as alarm systems and fire sprinklers can reduce the risk of loss and may qualify her for premium discounts. Insurance policies do not automatically adjust for improvements, thus it is important to inform the insurer to ensure adequate coverage and to potentially benefit from any available discounts. Additionally, having these safety features could also influence the insurer's assessment of risk, which could lead to low premiums. Question 4. Legal framework. Which regulatory body oversees insurance practices and ensures compliance with California's insurance laws? A. The California Department of Consumer Affairs (DCA). B. The California Insurance Commission. C. The California Department of Insurance (CDI). D. The California State Legislature. Answer. C. Explanation. The California Department of Insurance (CDI) is the regulatory body responsible for overseeing insurance practices and ensuring compliance with California's insurance laws. The CDI enforces regulations, reviews insurance company practices, and protects consumers. The California Department of Consumer Affairs (DCA) is not specific to insurance regulation, and the California Insurance Commission is not an existing body. The California state legislature creates laws but does not regulate insurance directly. Question 5. Coverage components. Under a standard homeowner's policy, which of the following would typically be considered a mother structure and covered separately? A. A detached garage. B. Personal items in an attic. C. An in-ground swimming pool. D. The interior of the main residence. Answer A. Explanation. Under standard homeowners policy, mother structures generally refers to structures on the property that are not attached to the main dwelling, such as a detached garage, tool shed, or a fence. These are covered separately from the dwelling itself. Personal items in an attic and the interior of the main residence are covered under different components of the policy, while an in-ground swimming pool is usually not covered as an mother structure but may be included in the policy's liability coverage. Question 6. Policy types and coverage. Which policy type would be best suited for a homeowner seeking comprehensive coverage for both the dwelling and personal property against all risks except those specifically excluded? A. HO1 basic form. B. HO2 broad form. C. HO3 special form. D. HO4 tenants or renters insurance. Answer C. Explanation. The HO3 special form homeowners policy provides open peril coverage for the dwelling, meaning it covers all risks except those specifically excluded in the policy. This is the most comprehensive coverage for the dwelling available under standard homeowners policies. HO1 basic form and HO2 broad form offer more limited coverage, and HO4 tenants or renters insurance is intended for renters, not homeowners. Question 7. Risk management and loss prevention. Which of the following is a recommended practice for mitigating risk and preventing loss according to home insurance guidelines? A. Ignoring minor plumbing issues until they become significant problems. B. Installing a home security system without informing the insurance provider. C. Conducting regular maintenance checks and inspections of the property. D. Reducing the coverage limits on property insurance to save on premiums. Answer C. Explanation. Conducting regular maintenance checks and inspections of the property is a recommended practice for mitigating risk and preventing loss. This proactive approach helps identify and address potential issues before they lead to significant damage or insurance claims. Ignoring plumbing issues or reducing coverage limits can increase risk and potentially result in insufficient coverage. Installing a security system is beneficial, but informing the insurance provider about such improvements may lead to discounts or adjusted coverage. Question 8. Claims process. What should a policyholder do immediately after experiencing a loss to ensure a smooth claims process under their homeowner's insurance policy? A. Repair the damage before notifying the insurance company. B. Contact the insurance company to report the loss and provide necessary documentation. C. Wait until the insurance company sends an adjuster before taking any action. D. Postpone reporting the loss until the next billing cycle. Answer B. Explanation. The correct course of action is to contact the insurance company immediately to report the loss and provide necessary documentation. Prompt reporting ensures that the claims process can begin without delay and the insurance company can assess the damage and provide guidance on next steps. Repairing damage before notifying the insurance company could complicate the claims process, and delaying the report or waiting for an adjuster could result in reduced coverage or complications. Question 9. California-specific regulations. Which provision of the California Homeowners Bill of Rights directly impacts policyholders' ability to challenge unfair insurance practices? A. The requirement for insurers to provide detailed policy explanations in plain language. B. The stipulation that insurers must respond to claims within 30 days of receipt. C. The mandate that insurers must disclose all policy exclusions at the time of purchase. D. The obligation for insurers to adhere to fair claims settlement practices and provide a written explanation for claim denials. Answer D. Explanation. The California Homeowners Bill of Rights includes provisions that require insurers to adhere to fair claims settlement practices and provide a written explanation for claim denials. This provision helps ensure that policyholders are informed about why a claim was denied and provides a basis for challenging unfair practices. The other options, while related to policyholder rights, do not specifically address the ability to challenge unfair insurance practices. Question 10. Policyholder responsibilities. What should a homeowner do to ensure that their insurance coverage remains adequate after making significant home improvements? A. Assume that the policy automatically updates to include new improvements. B. Inform the insurance provider about the improvements in request. A policy review. C. Wait until the policy is up for renewal to update coverage details. D. Reduce the coverage amount to reflect the new value of the home. Answer B. Explanation. Homeowners should inform their insurance provider about significant home improvements and request a policy review. This ensures that the new improvements are covered and that the policy reflects the updated value of the home. Assuming automatic updates or waiting until renewal can result in inadequate coverage, reducing coverage amount without proper evaluation could lead to insufficient protection. Question 11. Ethical and professional standards. Which of the following best represents an ethical consideration for insurance professionals when handling a client's claim? A. Discussing claim details with unauthorized third parties for their opinions. B. Ensuring confidentiality and acting in the client's best interest at all times. C. Prioritizing the company's financial interests over the client's claim. D. Advising clients to accept initial low settlement offers to expedite the process. Answer B. Explanation. Insurance professionals must ensure confidentiality and act in the client's best interest at all times. This ethical obligation includes protecting client information and advocating for fair treatment, discussing details with unauthorized third parties, prioritizing the company's financial interests over the client, or advising to accept low settlement offers does not align with ethical standards and can harm the client's interests. Question 12. Tenants or renters insurance, HO4. Which of the following is typically covered under a tenants or renters insurance HO4 policy? A. The structure of the rented building. B. Personal property within the rented space. C. Liability for damage to the building's foundation. D. Damage to the landlord's property due to tenant negligence. Answer B. Explanation. A tenants or renters insurance HO4 policy typically covers personal property within the rented space but does not cover the structure of the rented building or the landlord's property. Liability coverage may extend to certain damages caused by the tenant but generally does not cover structural damage to the building itself. Question 13. Coverage components. What is the primary purpose of loss of use coverage in a homeowner's policy? A. To cover the cost of temporary housing if the home is uninhabitable due to a covered loss. B. To provide financial compensation for personal property lost or stolen. C. To protect against loss of income if the home is rented out. D. To reimburse the cost of repairing damaged home systems. Answer A. Explanation. Loss of use coverage in a homeowner's policy is designed to cover the cost of temporary housing and additional living expenses if the home becomes uninhabitable due to a covered loss. It does not cover loss of income or repairs to home systems, but is focused on providing financial support for living expenses during the repair period. Question 14. Policy types and coverage. Which homeowner's policy type provides the most comprehensive coverage for personal property against all risks except those specifically excluded? A. HO1 Basic Form. B. HO2 Broad Form. C. HO3 Special Form. D. HO5 Comprehensive Form. Answer D. Explanation. The HO5 Comprehensive Form homeowners policy provides the most comprehensive coverage for personal property, covering all risks except those specifically excluded, unlike the HO1 and HO2, which have more limited coverage, and the HO3, which offers broader coverage but with some named peril limitations for personal property. The HO5 is the most extensive in terms of coverage for personal belongings. Question 15. Claims process. What is the typical role of an insurance adjuster in the claims process? A. To settle the claim immediately without investigation. B. To evaluate the extent of damage and determine the amount of compensation. C. To provide legal advice to the policyholder regarding claim disputes. D. To reject any claims that are suspected of fraud. Answer B. Explanation. An insurance adjuster's role is to evaluate the extent of the damage and determine the appropriate amount of compensation based on the policy coverage. They investigate the claim, assess damage, and work to ensure fair settlement. They do not provide legal advice or automatically reject claims without proper investigation. Question 16. California-specific regulations. Which regulation under California's Fair Claims Settlement Practices regulations requires insurers to act within a specified time frame? A. Insurers must acknowledge receipt of a claim within 10 days. B. Insurers must approve or deny a claim within 30 days. C. Insurers must issue a payment for a claim within 15 days of settlement. D. Insurers must provide a written explanation for claim denial within 20 days. Answer A. Explanation. Under California's Fair Claims Settlement Practices regulations, insurers are required to acknowledge receipt of a claim within 10 days. This regulation ensures that policyholders are promptly informed that their claim is being processed. Other time frames mentioned are not specific to the acknowledgement of claim receipt. Question 17. Coverage components. What does personal liability coverage in a homeowner's insurance policy typically protect against? A. Damage to the insured's own property caused by natural disasters. B. Lawsuits for bodily injury or property damage caused by the insured's negligence. C. Loss of personal property due to theft. D. The cost of repairing or replacing the insured's home structure. Answer. B. Explanation. Personal liability coverage protects against lawsuits for bodily injury or property damage caused by the insured's negligence. It provides financial protection if the policyholder is found legally responsible for damages or injuries to others. It does not cover damage to the insured's own property, which is addressed by other components of the policy. Question 18. Policy provisions and endorsements. Which endorsement would typically be used to increase coverage limits for valuable items such as jewelry or art in a homeowner's policy? A. Water backup endorsement. B. Scheduled personal property endorsement. C. Personal injury endorsement. D. Identity theft protection endorsement. Answer. B. Explanation. A scheduled personal property endorsement is used to increase coverage limits for valuable items like jewelry, art, or collectibles. This endorsement provides additional protection and may offer coverage on a replacement cost basis. Other endorsements address different types of coverage or risks, such as water backup or identity theft. Question 19. Ethical and professional standards. What is an example of a conflict of interest for an insurance professional? A. Advising a client to consider multiple insurance quotes before making a decision. B. Offering a discount on premiums for clients who refer new customers. C. Being influenced by a family member who works for a competitor and making policy decisions. D. Providing detailed explanations of policy terms and conditions to clients. Answer. C. Explanation. A conflict of interest occurs when an insurance professional is influenced by external factors such as a family member working for a competitor, which could affect their impartiality in policy decisions. Ethical standards require insurance professionals to act in the best interest of their clients without such conflicts. Question 20. Risk management and loss prevention. Which of the following is considered a proactive measure to reduce the risk of fire in a home? A. Ignoring regular maintenance of electrical wiring. B. Installing smoke detectors and fire extinguishers throughout the home. C. Keeping flammable materials in a basement storage area. D. Relying solely on home insurance to cover potential fire losses. Answer. B. Explanation. Installing smoke detectors and fire extinguishers is a proactive measure to reduce the risk of fire and enhance safety. Regular maintenance of electrical wiring and proper storage of flammable materials are also important, but installing safety equipment is a direct action to prevent fire hazards. Relying solely on insurance does not address the prevention of risks. Question 21. Policyholder responsibilities. What should a policyholder do if they make significant modifications to their home, such as adding a new wing or upgrading the heating system? A. Notify the insurance company to ensure the new modifications are covered under the existing policy. B. Assume the existing policy covers all modifications without needing to inform the insurer. C. Wait until the next renewal period to update the policy. D. Reduce the coverage amount to match the increased value of the home. Answer. A. Explanation. A policyholder should notify the insurance company of significant modifications to their home to ensure that the new modifications are covered under the existing policy. Updating the policy helps ensure adequate coverage and reflects the current value and risk associated with the property. The existing policy may not automatically cover new modifications without proper notification. Question 22. Claims process. If a policyholder disputes a claim denial, what is a recommended first step in resolving the dispute? A. File a formal complaint with the state insurance regulator immediately. B. Request a written explanation from the insurance company detailing the reasons for the denial. C. Seek legal action against the insurance company without further discussion. D. Accept the denial without further inquiry. Answer. B. Explanation. The recommended first step is to request a written explanation from the insurance company detailing the reasons for the claim denial. This provides clarity on why the claim was denied and is necessary for understanding the basis of the decision. Further steps, such as filing a complaint or seeking legal action, can be pursued based on the information provided in the explanation. Question 23. California-specific regulations. Which provision of the California Homeowners Bill of Rights impacts the ability of insurance companies to cancel or non-renew a policy? A. Insurance companies must provide a 60-day notice for non-renewal and offer a written explanation. B. Insurance companies can cancel a policy at any time without prior notice if a claim has been filed. C. Policies cannot be cancelled or non-renewed for reasons other than non-payment of premiums. D. Insurance companies must offer policyholders the option to renew at least 30 days before the policy's expiration. Answer A. Explanation. The California Homeowners Bill of Rights requires insurance companies to provide a 60-day notice for non-renewal and to offer a written explanation. This regulation protects policyholders by ensuring they have sufficient notice and understanding of the reasons for policy changes. Question 24. Policy types and coverage. Which policy type provides the broadest coverage for both the dwelling and personal property? A. HO1 basic form. B. HO2 broad form. C. HO3 special form. D. HO4 tenants form. Answer C. Explanation. The HO3 special form policy provides the broadest coverage, offering protection for the dwelling on an open perils basis and personal property on a named perils basis. This means it covers all risks except those specifically excluded for the dwelling and named perils for personal property, making it more comprehensive compared to HO1, HO2, and HO4. Question 25. Coverage components. What is typically covered under other structures coverage ECA homeowners insurance policy? A. The primary residence and attached garage. B. Structures used for business purposes located on the insured property. C. Detached structures such as sheds, fences, and detached garages. D. Personal property within the insured's home. Answer C. Explanation. Other structures coverage typically covers detached structures such as sheds, fences, and detached garages. It does not cover the primary residence, attached structures, business property, or personal property inside the home. Question 26. Risk management and loss prevention. Which of the following is a recommended measure for mitigating water damage in a home? A. Using old or unverified plumbing systems. B. Installing water alarms and shutting off the main water supply when on vacation. C. Ignoring small leaks and only addressing them when they become severe. D. Relying solely on home insurance to cover potential water damage. Answer B. Explanation. Installing water alarms and shutting off the main water supply when away from home are proactive measures to mitigate water damage. These steps help prevent and detect leaks early, reducing the risk of significant damage. Relying solely on insurance does not address the prevention or mitigation of water damage. Question 27. Policy provisions and endorsements. What does a personal injury endorsement typically cover? A. Injuries sustained by the insured during a covered loss. B. Legal liability for bodily injury or property damage caused by the insured's actions. C. Defamation, libel, and slander claims against the insured. D. Damage to personal property due to theft. Answer C. Explanation. A personal injury endorsement typically covers claims related to defamation, libel, and slander. It provides liability coverage for personal injury claims that result from such actions, not for bodily injury, property damage, or theft-related claims. Question 28. Claims process. Which steps should a policyholder take first when filing a claim for property damage? A. Wait for an adjuster to contact them and then provide all requested documentation. B. Immediately begin repairs without documenting the damage. C. Report the loss to the insurance company and document the damage thoroughly. D. Cancel the policy to prevent further losses. Answer C. Explanation. The first step a policyholder should take when filing a claim for property damage is to report the loss to the insurance company and document the damage thoroughly. Proper documentation and timely reporting are crucial for the claims process and ensuring a smooth assessment and settlement. Question 29. Coverage components. How is evaluation of personal property typically determined under homeowners insurance policy? A. Based on the original purchase price of the items. B. Based on the current market value or replacement cost. C. By depreciating the value of items over time. D. By estimating the cost of repairs for damaged items. Answer B. Explanation. Valuation of personal property is typically determined based on the current market value or replacement cost, depending on the policy terms. Replacement cost coverage provides compensation to replace items with new ones without depreciation, while actual cash value accounts for depreciation. Question 30. California-specific regulations. What role does the State Insurance Guarantee Association play in California homeowners insurance? A. It regulates insurance rates and policy terms for insurers. B. It provides coverage for claims when an insurer becomes insolvent. C. It processes and settles all homeowner insurance claims in California. D. It handles disputes between insurance companies and policyholders. Answer. B. Explanation. The State Insurance Guarantee Association provides coverage for claims when an insurer becomes insolvent. It ensures that policyholders can still receive compensation in the event that their insurance company cannot meet its financial obligations.